Hey guys, happy Easter weekend. I thought I would do a fun full day of food type video, what I eat in a day type of thing, but make it on a holiday weekend. It's Easter weekend. We are hosting a couple things this weekend with my family, which I love to do. And so of course it's gonna be busier and more fun and festive than usual. So I thought it would be a fun full day of food kind of video to shoot. So come along and join in as we host and eat and celebrate throughout the weekend.
Good morning. I woke up this morning and had, well, I didn't have it yet, but I poured a coffee and took an Advil. It's like one of those, I think I probably slept with my jaw clenched and I'm like on the verge of a migraine, and then I smelled John's cologne and I was like, oh, I'm about to be done in. So took an Advil, making a coffee. And then I'm gonna set out a really simple breakfast bar for the kids this morning and start prepping for company. We've got company all weekend and it's gonna be really fun. So I thought it'd be a fun weekend to do like a what we ate in a weekend, but also like hostess with me for the weekend kind of a situation. And I feel like it's only right that we're starting it out with an Advil because that's like, I'm such a stress bucket usually, so it makes sense that I had to kick it off with a migraine.
Okay, breakfast this morning is super simple. I made 4 sourdough loaves yesterday for the weekend. So we're using one of them for breakfast. So we've just got some, I just toasted this up. So we've got some toast and then options here. My go-to is always Kerrygold and raspberry jam. That is what I had every morning or every afternoon with my grandmother back home. And so it's nostalgic for me. Toast and tea has always got to be raspberry jam. So with butter, of course. So we've got options here. We've got some Nutella, some cookie butter, of course, peanut butter, raspberry jam, avocado. My ones who do avocado toast usually also want to put some sriracha on it and then some butter. So I've got plenty more bread, but I just toasted up a batch to start. They're pretty big. And kicking off breakfast so I can get some other stuff done here. Simple one. So it's time for me to start prepping the pizza dough, and I wanted to show you what I do for holiday weekends where meals are like collaborative. Obviously when we invite my family over like for something separate, like one of our kids' birthday dinners or their birthday dinners or you know, other things like that, then I don't do this. I never do this to my friends, but for extended family, when it's like agreed upon that we're gonna be together for holiday meals and it's just gonna be like at our house, I love doing this. It's super helpful. So this is just in my notes app on my phone. I just make a note, and then when you hit this button, if you don't know, if you're not super if you're a little tech illiterate like I am, one of my friends showed me this, but you hit that button and you can make it a collaborative note or shared note where people can also add to it and you can see all the edits. It's really cool. I've been doing this for a couple years now. So I'll make a note and then I will cover the main things. So for example, we all agreed we'd do grilled pizzas for lunch today by the pool. So I cover like the dough, the sauce, the cheese, some of the toppings, salad, and drinks, like main things where if nobody else brought anything, we're good to go. But then this saves everyone from like bringing the same thing or from asking what they can bring or anything like that. They can just add things or they can take what I've already got written there. So for example, my sister took pepperoni, my brother took bell peppers, but if I didn't have mushrooms, he could have added that and put his name there, kind of a thing. So it's really helpful. Just thought I'd give a little hostessing tip here if you happen to be the one who, like, just being the ones, well, my brother doesn't live in town, and then we have a pool, so a lot of times, and I also love to hostess, so a lot of times most events end up being at our house, which we love, but it's just really helpful to just create an itinerary, cover the main things, and then whoever wants to bring something can. And then, for example, tomorrow I just put like generic appetizer / side dish, and just to see, for people to have a little bit of, you know, creative liberties. I'm not gonna tell them exactly what to bring, but we'll cover like the main kind of thing. And then it gives everybody room to just be creative, add what they want to add. Sometimes, like, I don't remember what last year we did like a family fiesta over the summer, so I just covered like the main things, and then my brother's super creative, so he added a bunch of toppings that I would have never thought of, and all these different spiced meats and things. And so shared notes just give everybody room to either be helpful if they just want to sign up for something or add their own flair to it. Before our family gets here for pizza, oh, see, we've got, my little sister's 33rd birthday was this week, and we did a Lisa Frank party, so ignore that. That's being changed out. But before the family gets here for pizza in an hour or so, we're frosting the cake and finishing the desserts for tonight at my aunt's house. Yes, ma'am. Oh, do you know that there's a little chocolate treat up there? You want one? Okay, Jessie, would you please get her a little chocolate egg? Anywho, this is the carrot cake recipe from Sally's Baking Addiction. It's the very first year, wait, no, is it Sugar Spun Run or, I don't know. One of the two. I like both of those vlogs, but it's super good. And I usually make my Mamo's carrot cake for Easter, but this one is just really good, and so I'm changing it up on everyone this year, which is like breaking the holiday rules, but we'll survive. It's worth it. And instead of her frosting, we did an almond cream cheese icing instead of just a traditional cream cheese one. What I like about this one is that the flavor is not like overpowering. It's just like lightly spiced. So the cream cheese really gets to stand out. So Bella is gonna do a cute little carrot decor on the actual cake. So it's a little bit of a collaborative effort between her and I. And then my sister is allergic to cinnamon, which is really difficult because cinnamon is quite involved in holidays if you really think about it. At Thanksgiving and Christmas, a lot of things I make have cinnamon, and then obviously carrot cake has cinnamon. So I also made a coconut cream pie for her last night, so that's setting in the fridge right now. So anyway, gonna frost this and then get all the pizza toppings out here. John's getting the pool all cleaned and ready to go, and he'll get his pizza grill started, and then we'll have a nice fun afternoon. All right, we're partially set up here until everyone else gets here. We've got salad over there, dressings, pizza topping station, but like I said, many more toppings to come. And then we've got all the dough here, 14 little dough balls, and then parchment for the uni, and John's gonna grill pizza.
Super spicy. It's a
All right, we are heading out to my aunt's house now for Easter dinner. Everybody stayed here until it was time to get dressed and head over to my aunt's. So we all have different commitments with our churches tomorrow. Some are going early for setup, some are staying later for breakdowns, some are, you know, it's just, we're all over the place with our family church commitments tomorrow. So we decided instead that we do our family Easter dinner tonight. So our big extended family dinner will be at my aunt's house tonight. And so I was in charge of dessert. So you saw this earlier. I made that cake and then the almond cream cheese frosting. Bella decorated it so adorably. I also last night made 2 coconut cream pies. And I made the crust last night, waited a few hours, and then actually made the custard filling late last night, which was great because John and I got to enjoy the leftover hot coconut custard, which is just delightful. I love making pies the night before because then you get to get the filling to yourself. So I just assembled the whipped topping just now and put the toasted coconut on, but otherwise it was all ready to go and it was sitting in the fridge last night. And then, oh, and I'll put this was an all recipes recipe, so I will definitely link this below. And then this is that butter flaky pie crust that I always talk about. I made 2 of these, one so we could have it at our cookout tomorrow as well. And then a little Hostess gift from my aunt. We just got these from Publix, and I took off the Publix wrapping and put my own wrapping because I feel like it just looks nicer when it's not wrapped in the big gaudy plastic wrap. So heading out to Aunt Sue's now. It's gonna be another kind of like pool party type of thing. And kids are gonna go in the hot tub and do a little Easter egg hunt, I believe. And I think that this is usually what they do is they just cater platters from like the country club or the supermarket. So I think it's a catered, like casual catered kind of dinner. So nice and simple. All right, so we are home now. We let our oldest kids stay up to watch The Passion, and emotionally on an anxiety level, I cannot handle that. So I stayed in the kitchen to do some cooking and prepping for tomorrow. So made pimento cheese. This is the 1919 pimento cheese. We had this at Magnolia in Waco a few years ago, and we've loved this particular recipe ever since. So made pimento, cooked up some bacon, and I'm just putting it in the fridge. We're gonna have pimento BLT sandwiches tomorrow. We're having a church picnic. The church is providing cake and drinks. We're just to bring our main picnic lunches. So we're gonna do sandwiches, chips, and I did this fruit tray, oranges, pineapple, raspberries, and grapes, and strawberries. And then these cute little bunny picks, you'll see more of those tomorrow. And then I also chopped up fruit for breakfast. We're having some quiche, which I'll make in the morning. I made the pie crust already, but I'll actually assemble the quiche in the morning, and we're gonna have some Greek yogurt parfaits on the side. So prepped the fruit just because when we do yogurt parfaits, the kids like it chopped really finely. So got that all prepped just to save my time in the morning. So got some stuff done for tomorrow. Just have to make the quiche and assemble the picnic lunch tomorrow. And then we're having a cookout in the late afternoon, early evening before my brother's family takes off to go back home. So, and that's all pretty much in John's hands except for the veggies. I just have to prep some veggies. So he's doing all the grilling tomorrow. So tomorrow should be a really enjoyable, simple day for me. Good morning. It's Easter Sunday morning. I've got pie crust here with a diced shallot, ham, some freshly shredded cheese, and now I'm dumping over my egg mixture, which is just eggs, half and half. What else is in here? Dijon mustard, some parsley. I will link the recipe for this down below. This is gonna bake for like 40 minutes while I prep everything else for our picnic lunch, and then we're gonna have a nice Easter breakfast together. All right, we've got a lunch assembly line happening here. All right, sandwiches are assembled. All right, we've got chips, sandwiches, and then the fruit tray is at the bottom. The church is providing drinks and desserts. So everybody either got sun chips or goldfish, and then pimento BLTs, or like PB&J type sandwiches for the little girls, and fruit on the bottom. All right, and breakfast is ready to roll. So we've got Greek yogurt and these cute little ramekins. Oh, we've got some pie crust made it onto the table there. Some quiche, toppings for the yogurt, and of course, some fresh orange juice. All right, so we're home from church now, and I am just getting a couple things prepped. John has the tough job of doing the grilling today. And then everybody's just bringing either appetizers or side dishes. So it's really quite simple today. And this is just kind of like I said, we had lunch with our church today. Everybody went, to their various church services and had brunch after. So this is just like a final little goodbye cookout before my brother and his family head back home. So I am doing some veggie cups. I saw this at a baby shower I went to recently, where they just put the veggies in these individual cups instead of making a veggie tray. And I thought it would be perfect since some people will be inside, some people will be outside by the pool. I love snacking on veggies and dip, and so I thought that this would be just the perfect little like appetizer or side dish to the meal. So I'm gonna get all these veggies washed and chopped up and put into these cups. And the baby shower I went to, they put the ranch right in the cup. I might do that just depending on when I'm gonna serve it. So I've got some of the ranch here as well. And then for the tomatoes, that's why I got these cute little bunny skewers. And then for dessert, I'm going to use my bow platter here for all of this. So I've got like some, what is this called? What are these, strawberries? I've got more in my other fridge. Some bananas and apple slices, and then some graham crackers and vanilla wafers. And for that, I'm just gonna make a peep dip where you just bake the, you take like a pan and you put the chocolate chips in the bottom and then put the peeps on top in layers, and then it's just like a s'mores dip that you use graham crackers or fruit with. We've done this every year for a few years now, and the kids really enjoy this dessert. So I will be assembling and making that later, but I'll have company here, so I probably won't pick my camera up and film the whole process, but I'll show you what it looks like. In the meantime, washing, chopping veggies, and then John's gonna go ahead and start cooking here in a bit.